Good afternoon, basketball fans, and we welcome you to GoViants.tv's broadcast of Manhattanville College women's basketball. Tonight, the Viants will welcome in Conference Pro, the DeSales University Bulldogs. Good evening, folks. Tyson Agler along with Casey Sherman coming to you live from Kennedy Gymnasium, located on the campus of Manhattanville College in lovely Purchase, New York. Conference doubleheader between the Viants and the Bulldogs, as Manhattanville will start off with the women's taking on the DeSales University Bulldogs team. DeSales looking to defend their regular season conference championship as we take a look at the conference standings coming into tonight's contest. DeSales and FDU currently tied atop of the conference. Both of them at 7-1. Misericordia 6-2. Eastern and Delaware Valley each at 4-4. Manhattanville 2-6, along with Kings at 2 wins and 6 losses, and Wilkes at 0-8. So a big conference matchup for both these squads. As mentioned, DeSales looking to defend their regular season championship, while Manhattanville looking to get back in the conference tournament for the second consecutive years. Overall series, it's been all Bulldogs in this series, as Manhattanville is 3-21 all time against DeSales. They've lost their last 10 contests to DeSales, and the last win for Manhattanville came in 2012. And before we get into being the teams, let's play the national anthem. National anthem played. We're just about to get underway here in this MAC Freedom contest. Last time these two teams faced off earlier this year, it was a 65-40 victory for DeSales. Manhattanville cut the deficit all the way down to 5 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, but the Bulldogs outscoring the Valiants 33-13 to end the game. Morgan McCullion led the way with a game-high 16 points and 8 rebounds, while Morgan Bermlin had 12 points and 6 assists. Kaylee McGuire led the way for the Valiants with 15 points. So getting to look at both teams a little bit better first. For the Bulldogs of DeSales University, coming in with a 15-4 record, 7-1 in MAC Freedom play. They've won their last 4 contests on average, scoring 67 points a game on 40% shooting, while giving up 57 points on 34% shooting. They are led by senior Morgan McCullion, who just this past week was named the Conference Player of the Week and to the D3Hoops.com Team of the Week after averaging 24.5 points and 10.5 rebounds on 68% shooting and a 2-0 week for the Bulldogs. McCullion leads the way in points with 16, rebounds with 8, and has 34 blocks on the year. Sophomore Leander Sterner second on the team in points with 12, third on assists with 2, and fourth on the team in total steals with 30. And sophomore Morgan Bermlin first on the team in assists with 4. That leads the conference as well. Leads the team in steals with 40 and averages just over 7 points per game. And taking a look at the Valiants, Manhattanville 7-12 on the year, 2-6 in MAC Freedom action. Just broke a 4-game losing streak with a 69-57 victory over Hunter on Monday. 3 Valiants with career highs. McGuire career high 20 points, Coles career high 19 points, and Joyda Darnell a career high 16 rebounds. The Valiants averaged 57 points a game on 34% shooting while giving up 56 points on 34% shooting. Manhattanville is led by sophomore Kaylee McGuire. She leads the way in points with 13 and rebounds with 8. Fourth on the team in steals with 33. Brittany DeSales, second on the team in points with just under 10 per contest, leads the team in assists with over 3. And second on the team in steals with a total of 45. And sophomore Evie Coles, third on the team in points with 9. Second in assists with 2. And leads the team in total steals with 47. Starting lineup for each squad. First for the Bulldogs. Morgan Brimlin, Nikki Callahan, and Leander Sterner will be at the guard position, while Nicole Umbenhauer and Morgan McCullion will be in the front court. And for Manhattanville, the starters for the Valiants will be at guard, Evie Coles and Brittany DeSales. And the Valiants going with a little bit bigger lineup with Nancy Caballero, Kaylee McGuire, and Joetta Darnell. Jump ball is underway, and it will be won by the Bulldogs. We are underway here in this conference matchup. Valiants, they're going to start things off in a 2-3 zone, going to try to get a turnover here, and that's exactly what they'll do. Great start for the Valiants as they're able to collapse on Morgan McCullion, and that will be the key, is causing turnovers, trying to get the ball down low to McCullion. Good start for Manhattanville. Here's McGuire with it. McGuire out to DeSales. DeSales over to Coles. Coles looking to drive, pounces this one to McGuire. McGuire long two-pointer on the way, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Callahan, quickly pushed up the court by the Bulldogs. Pull-up jumper on the way. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Caballero. Evie Coles has it up top. Gets this one at DeSales. DeSales able to keep that one away from Sterner. Floater on the way. Off the mark. No good. Ball loose. And it'll be snagged in by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking to push as they got 2-on-1. Here's the bounce pass. Right back to number 10, Brimlin. And Brimlin just forced to play this one back out. Over to Umbenhauer. Umbenhauer, her layup attempt is up and good for the opening basket of the contest. Early 2-0 lead for Fred Richter's Valiants in his 27th season leading the Bulldogs. Picked up his 500th victory earlier this season, becoming the 29th coach in Division III history to collect 500 victories. Here's Caballero with under 10 seconds on the shot clock. DeSales looking drive. She'll pull up for 2. That's good! DeSales ties the game at 2 with that jumper. Here the Bulldogs with it now, looking to try to reclaim the lead. Up top to Sterner. Cross-court pass over to Brimlin. Brimlin for 3. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by DeSales. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter of play. 2-2 the score. DeSales with it. 2-3 zone for the Bulldogs. McGuire spins, shot up, blocked by McCullion. McCullion with another block there. Her 35th of the season as this one will be thrown away, trying to get it down low to the big 6'1" senior. And a quick substitution as McCullion will take a seat early into the game. And it doesn't get any easier for Manhattanville as now they'll go up against 6'2" Bridget Walsh. A lot of height on this DeSales Bulldogs team.
They had a big advantage the other night when they played Hunter here at Kennedy Gymnasium. Had a big rebounding margin in their favor, but going to be a lot tougher tonight.
Brimlin with a steal. She'll jump stop as DeSales went to try to contest that shot, and she'll put it up and re-give the Bulldogs the lead. Able to capitalize off that turnover. To Darnell to McGuire. McGuire's shot attempt up, and they're going to say that all ball on that one. Head coach Kate Velakis can't believe it. Velakis, a fifth-year mentor for Manhattanville. Looking for the first win against DeSales since 2012 as Caballero trying to put this one up as Walsh was able to get a piece of that one. That'll be the third block of the game for the Bulldogs. 14 seconds on the shot clock, so still plenty of time to run your offense. As DeSales will have it in the corner. DeSales looking to drive baseline, kicks it over to Darnell in the corner, over to McGuire. McGuire pulls up for 2. That's good. Kaylee McGuire, if she can hit that shot from the elbow, she is dangerous right there from that position.
She's able to get the ball there a lot, especially with the bigs not trying to come out, as McGuire has much more speed than most forwards.
Here's DeSales looking to take this one up, and she'll lay it up and in. Valiant's able to capitalize on the turnover as they're up 6-4. This Valiant team pumped up for this contest. I was going to say that one's last touch by Manhattanville. And it looks like head coach Fred Richter is already going to take a timeout. 6:32 to go here in the first quarter. It's Manhattanville with a 6-4 lead. DeSales already with 4 points. And so far, Casey, the Valiant defense has looked fairly strong, especially on these entry passes down low, as DeSales already with 3 turnovers to start the contest.
Yeah, they've practiced it all week. Here, leading up to this contest, they want to try to front the bigs. They know they're outside, so if they can keep them from getting the ball and make things difficult, they know they're going to be able to contend in this matchup.
Head coach Kate Falaka's strategy, which has worked as of late, is front the big and then on the backside bring help, making an extremely hard pass for the guards as this three-pointer is on the way, airballed by the Bulldogs. Cole's looking to bring this one up the court. She'll get it to Brittany DeSales, the senior guard. Calling out traffic. Down low, Caballero. Caballero, Darnell. Darnell dribbles, trying to put this one up. And we're going to get a travel called against Darnell. As I believe that was Bridget Walsh that was able to get a piece of that ball as Darnell went to try to go up with it. 6-4 Manhattanville lead. 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Cross-court pass over to Bermlin. Bermlin's shot attempt is going to be deflected out of play by Manhattanville. Giants want to make this one a low-scoring contest tonight against the Bulldogs. That's where their defense has been able to lead the way. As a traveling will be called against Leandra Sterner. Sterner, a very athletic guard, able to get to the rim very well for the Bulldogs, but right there just shuffling her feet as she tried to pull up. Here's Brittany DeSales with it. DeSales looking to drive into the teeth of that defense. Great pass by DeSales. McGuire lays it up and in. And that's the one thing, if you can get into the teeth of that defense, draw up that middle in the 2-3 zone, you're going to have a lane open for a shot. Extra pass, Brimlin for 3. That one's good. A huge three-pointer by Morgan Brimlin, as she's able to cut the deficit down to 1.
Just a good job by the Bulldogs there to attack the zone. Nikki Callahan's not going to take many shots from the outside. She's often going to look for that quick pass and found Brimlin for the easy wide-open shot.
McGuire able to cause the foul, so she'll go to the free throw line as head coach Fred Richter arguing that call. Looked like a lot of the arm there as McGuire went up for that one. As Bridget Walsh will be called for the foul. That's her first and first of the contest nearly halfway through the first quarter. First free throw attempt from McGuire, nothing but net on that one. Leading free throw shooter for the Valiants at 73%. McGuire now with a game high 5 points. Second attempt from McGuire, also good. 3-point lead for the Valiants. Manhattanville now looks like they might be moving to a man-to-man defense, as Kelly will have it. Kelly passed this one to Brimlin. Now up top to Jansko. Over to Brimlin. Now in the corner to Kelly. Kelly down low to Walsh. Walsh spins and turns. That shot off the mark, out of bounds. And they're going to say last touched by Manhattanville. So the ball will stay here with the Bulldogs, and more importantly, a fresh shot clock. They'll get this one in to Caitlin Kelly. Kelly now up top to Brimlin. She'll take a look to the sideline to Fred Richter as he calls out the play. Over to Kelly. Kelly looking to go down low to Walsh. I'm going to get a whistle and foul against Darnell, as Darnell trying to get position on Walsh. Darnell's first foul, and Casey, feel like we mention it every game, the bigs for Manhattanville, maybe even more important than tonight than any night, they can't get in foul trouble.
Yeah, especially going up against this big lineup for DeSales. Especially someone like Joella Darnell. She had 16 rebounds on Monday, a new career high for her. She can really break down the boards when she can get in position to stay out of foul trouble.
Kelly for 3, and she buries that one to tie the game at 10. Caitlin Kelly, 39% from beyond the arc. with the equalizer three-pointer. Caballero over to Evie Coles. Coles with it. Now over to Caballero. Caballero looking to drive. Her shot attempt looks like that might have got partially blocked. And we're going to get a whistle and foul as Nancy Caballero trying to fight for that ball. Just a little bit too aggressive as the freshman. Brimlin to bring the ball up court. The only starter still on the court for the Bulldogs. Manhattanville yet to make a sub here today. As here's a drive attempt turnover by the Bulldogs. Here comes Manhattanville. Valiants looking to reclaim the lead. Here's a shot attempt by Evie Coles and a blocking foul against the Bulldogs. So this will send the Valiants to the free throw line.
DeSales foul number 10, Morgan Bermelin, her first, team second.
Bermelin called on the foul. That's her first second team foul. First attempt from Coles, nothing but net on that one. A 66% free throw shooter on the year is the sophomore guard. Coles' second attempt also good. Back up to a 2-point lead for Manhattanville. Wide open three on the way, missed everything on that one. Was number 40, Megan Baird. And miscommunication there by the Valiants as Baird was wide open in the corner. Diazo with it, looking to try to pass this one down low, taken away by Bermelin. Bermelin on the fast break. She'll get around Diazo. Her layup attempt up and no good. Tipped out of bounds and it will go back to the Valiants. Bermelin showing off the athleticism there. She was able to get past Brittany Diazo, but just unable to finish.
It's important for Manhattanville to keep up this pressure here and try to get some looks now on the offensive end with McCullion back in the game. DeSales usually struggles when they come here to Kennedy Gymnasium in the early goings. Same true here tonight. Just a 2-point lead for Manhattanville, not taking full advantage of the slow start. So we'll see if they're able to pick it up here late in the first quarter.
Diazo kicks this one out. Corner three on the way from Evie Coles is off the mark, no good. Out of bounds. It will go to the Bulldogs as it was deflected out of play by McGuire. It looks like the Valiants are going to bump right back into their 2-3 zone with McCullion in the game. McCullion asking for it, tipped away by Darnell, almost turned over but recovered by the Bulldogs. McCullion sent up down low. She'll get around Darnell, blocked by Nancy Caballero.
Another good job just fronting the entry pass and double teaming immediately as she gets the ball, and a big block there for Caballero.
Diazo with it. Valiants up by 2, looking to add to their lead. Here's McGuire. McGuire down low, Caballero. Caballero's shot attempt up and no good, but she'll go the free throw line for 2. As that's going to be called against McCullion, her first, team third. So this will send the freshman out of Nevada to the free throw line. First attempt from Caballero off the back of the rim, no good. The first free throw miss from the Valiants here tonight. Freshman averaging 58% on the year. She'll look to go 1 of 2 at least from the field. Second attempt from Caballero, also off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Walsh as McCullion once again back on the bench. As Jasmine Price checks into the game as well. Brimlin with it. Passes this one over to Jansko. Jansko up top to Brimlin. Goes down low. Now back Jansko. Her shot attempt up and in off the glass. And it looks like the officials stopping play as head coach Kate Falak is all over the officials as the Bulldogs might have got away with a turnover there. Under 2 to go here in the first. 12-12 the score. Valiants looking for a huge conference win against the Bulldogs. Diazo with it in the corner. She'll look to drive baseline. Kicks out to Coles. Evie Coles with it. Cross-court pass over to Nancy Caballero. 10 seconds left on the shot clock to Price. Price skies up, trying to get this one down low to McGuire. Tipped away and stolen by the Bulldogs. DeSales looking to retake the lead. Brimlin with it up top for DeSales. Gets it over to Baird. Down low, turned over as McGuire is able to steal that one. Here comes Evie Coles. The speedy Coles spins, shot up, no good, and an offensive foul going to be called against Evie Coles. Don't know about that one. As Coles spun basically pretty lateral on that one, but Miller went to the ground, and that would draw the offensive foul against Coles, her first, team third.
Yeah, Miller able to just get in position, stay outside the restricted area, and draw the contact and get the foul called against Manhattanville. And again, just unable to take advantage. They've been causing some turnovers here early, just unable to capitalize.
As this shot is up and good as DeSales back on top. As Jansko is able to get her 4th point of the game. Averages only 3 points per contest, so well at her average. As McGuire unable to handle that pass, turned over. Push back up to Kelly. Her shot attempt up and good.
And that's where DeSales is at their best. They love to break out and run on the fast break. Every time they get a turnover, they're going to try to get the easy bucket, and they did so there 2 straight possessions.
Coles looking to drive baseline. Her reverse layup attempt, no good. Rebounded by Price out to Caballero. Caballero has her shot blocked. McGuire with it. McGuire looking to put this one up. Unable to get it to go, but she's able to draw the foul, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Kaylee McGuire was aggressive on Monday as well. Career high 20 points for the sophomore. She made 10 free throws in that game. Got a bunch of trips to the line, and she's been going to work in the paint here early on as well. A couple trips here early on.
Nicole Umberger the foul, her first. McGuire free throw attempt in and out, no good. Giants trailing 16-12 here with 19 to go here in the first quarter. Second attempt from McGuire is good. As she'll head to the bench for Darnell. And just a sign of how much Kate Velakis knows the size game of DeSales. She has both Darnell and Price on the court, a combination you rarely see in the season. This three-pointer attempt is up off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Valiants with 3 seconds left to go. Up to Evie Coles. Coles, though, unable to handle that pass as it'll be dribbled out, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. So at the end of the first 10 minutes of action, it's Manhattanville trailing 16-13 to the top-ranked Bulldogs in the MAC Freedom Conference. We'll take a quick break here on GoValiants.tv. Second quarter of action coming up here between Manhattanville and DeSales. Second quarter of action about to get underway here from Kennedy Gymnasium as the Valiants take on the Bulldogs in this big MAC Freedom contest. First quarter stats, DeSales shooting 7 of 16 from the field for 44%. Manhattanville just 4 of 13 from the field for 31%. The big key as Manhattanville's been able to draw 6 turnovers on the Bulldogs, and Manhattanville 5 of 8 from the free throw line. So underway here in the second quarter, Valiants trailing by 3. And for their first win against DeSales since 2012 is McGuire's corner shot on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Price. Price back to McGuire. McGuire lays this one up and in. Great job there by Jasmine Price as she was able to get the rebound and get it to McGuire for the layup. Three-pointer on the way as this one's off the mark, no good. Price with another big rebound. Jasmine Price, the tallest Valiant on the team, listed at 6 foot. As she knows she's going to have her number called upon here tonight, going against the height of the Bulldogs. Down low to Price. Price layup attempt off the mark, no good. It looked like Jansko was there to contest that shot. Up top to Callahan. Callahan trying to get this one down low, but kicked away by DeIzo. Callahan to take this one out for the Bulldogs. Has this one in the corner. Now up top to Kelly. Kelly spots up for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded though by the Bulldogs. That shot attempt off the mark and no good by Jansko. Valiants can retake the lead on this possession. DeIzo over to Sarah Kelly. All three seniors on the court for Manhattanville with Price, Kelly, and DeIzo. Over to Kelly. Kelly's shot attempt off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Darnell. Darnell, her shot up off the backboard rim, no good. Gets her own rebound again, off the mark again, no good. Tipped up, rebounded by the Bulldogs. As this one is thrown out of bounds, and it will stay with Manhattanville. As it looked like Kelly was not ready to handle that pass, as Kelsey Decker will check into the game for Jasmine Price. And Evie Coles will come in for Sarah Kelly. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Valiants have cut the deficit back down to 1. That's going to get a whistle and foul. First free throw attempt from McGuire is up and good as she ties the game at 16. Kaylee McGuire, already an excellent offensive night. 9 points for the sophomore. As McCullion checks back into the game. Excuse me, that's 10 points for McGuire. Second attempt also good for the sophomore. Kaylee McGuire, 11 points for the sophomore. She had 15 in the loss earlier this year to DeSales. Already off to a hot offensive start. Valiants once again back in their 2-3 zone with McCullion in the game. Cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way from Miller. That one's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by McCullion. That shot might have got blocked by Darnell.
And maybe even more importantly than McGuire's 11 points is the fact that McCullion has still been shut out over a quarter into this game. And that's going to be huge for Manhattanville if they want to keep in contention here all night tonight.
Down low to McGuire. This one tipped up in the air. And they're going to say it was last touch by Manhattanville. You got to believe with a close game, DeSales is going to be looking to get it down to the big man. Here's McCullion up top. She'll now pass this one in the corner to Miller. Miller with a cross-court pass. Looking to drive is Sterner. Now she'll pull up. That one might got partially blocked. Darnell able to snag it out of the air. Valiant's looking to push. Here's Coles with a Coles shot up. No good, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Once again, just strong, aggressive play on the fast break, taking it right to the rim and drawing contact. It's a way that Manhattanville was able to build a big lead the other night against Hunter, being aggressive, going to free throw line, and we know that they struggle shooting from the field, but if they're able to get to the free throw line and get a couple free attempts at points, they're able to get some points on the board and try to build up a lead.
First attempt from Coles is off the mark, no good. Second attempt coming up for the sophomore, looking to make it a 2-point lead for Manhattanville. And she will get that one to go. 18-16 Valiants. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Brimlin gets this one. Outside three on the way. That one off the rim, no good. And it's out of bounds there, and say last touch by McGuire. She went to try to snag that rebound from Morgan McCullion. Gets up top to Umbenhauer. Umbenhauer, her layup attempt off the mark, no good. Tipped up in the air, and it's tipped out of bounds by McCullion. Manhattanville ball. As Caballero unable to check into the game in enough time, so she'll sit and wait for the next dead ball. And we'll get a whistle and a foul called against Morgan Brimlin as she reached down that one, and that's going to be her second. Brimlin, the leading scorer so far for the Bulldogs with 5, so she'll be forced to watch the rest of the first half from the bench. Caballero back into the game for Decker. Here's DeIzo with it. DeIzo looks to drive, gets it over to McGuire in the corner. Now looking to go up top to Coles, poked away. Ball still loose, and the Bulldogs will have it. They'll just throw this one into the front court. This wild layup attempt's off the mark, no good. Ball loose, and it'll be pulled in by the Bulldogs. And another loose ball. Now Manhattanville will come up with the turnover, but they'll give it right back to DeSales. Ball on the ground. Both teams wrestling for it, and now a jump ball will be called. As both teams fighting for that ball. Umbenhauer trying to keep it away from the Valiants. Manhattanville able to draw it up, so possession arrow will keep here with DeSales. Now the officials currently have a discussion as Umbenhauer, as I said, trying to keep that ball away from Manhattanville. Might have caught one of the Valiants. As looks like there'll be no call there. Up top to Callahan. Callahan gets this one in the corner. Now to Umbenhauer. Umbenhauer cross-court pass. Three-pointer on the way from Sterner. That one's no good. Rebounded by Caballero. Evie Coles with it. Over to Brittany DeIzo. Now back to Evie Coles. Coles gets this one to Caballero. Caballero looking to drive over to McGuire. Now to DeIzo. DeIzo for 3. That's good! Three-pointer for Brittany DeIzo gives the Valiants their largest lead of the game. They're up by 5. Over to Sterner. She'll try to respond with a 3 of her own. That's off the mark. No good. Great box out there by the Caballero and Darnell as they're able to grab the rebound. 21-16 halfway through the second. Cole's looking to drive. She loses control of the ball. McGuire goes to the ground, and a jump ball will be called as a DeSales defender also grabbing hold of it. As Sterner and McCullion will go back to the bench. DeIzo to pass this one in. Over to Evie Coles. Coles gets this one to McGuire. McGuire looking to go down low. Darnell. Here's Darnell. She'll try to dribble this one around Walsh. Nearly turned over, but it'll go out of bounds. So possession will stay with Manhattanville. Bulldogs unable to get clear possession of that one, so shot clock will stay at 9 seconds. Over to Coles. Short time on the shot clock. Coles to Caballero. Coles, she'll just try to throw this one up. It bounces off the rim, no good. Tipped up in the air, rebounded by Walsh. As that one's poked away by DeIzo. DeIzo goes to the ground. She'll get this one to Caballero. And we'll get a whistle as a timeout taken by head coach Kate Velakis. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 4:33 to go here in the first half. Manhattanville, a 21-16 lead. As the Bulldogs have cooled off immensely from the field. As you mentioned, at the end of the first quarter, shooting over 40%. They're now shooting at 26%, just unable to get anything to go here as Manhattanville has extended their lead to 5. McGuire, the leading scorer so far tonight with 11 points for Manhattanville. DeIzo right behind her with 7. Evie Coles with the other 3 points for Manhattanville. Coles will have it. She'll get it to DeIzo. DeIzo looks to drive, jump stops. Tries to put this one up and gets it to go. DeIzo now with 9 points here in the game. Over to Kelly in the corner. Kelly up top to Callahan. Back to Kelly. 13 on the shot clock. Callahan passing this one off. Now 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Looking to drive is Miller, and we're going to get a whistle and foul called against Manhattanville with a short time on the shot clock. As DeIzo will be called for her first foul. Jasmine Price back into the game for Joada Darnell. Passed up top to Kelly. Fresh shot clock for the Bulldogs. Down low, this shot attempt by Walsh, no good. Rebounded by Jasmine Price. Price with another big rebound for Manhattanville. Under 4 to go here in the first half. DeIzo to Caballero. Now to McGuire. Down low to Price. Price traveled with that one. So possession will go back to the Bulldogs, trailing 23-16. Over to Miller. A lot of contact there, no whistle though. It's Umbender trying to put this one up, blocked by Jasmine Price. DeIzo will have it up top from Manhattanville. She'll get it to Price. Trying to go down low to Caballero, turned over though. As that one's taken away, and now we're going to get a foul called against the Valiants. As McGuire will be called for her first. And Price will head to the bench after 2 consecutive turnovers by the senior. Darnell back into the game. Callahan handling the point guard duties after Brimlin picked up her second foul. 3-pointer on the way. That one off the mark, no good. Ball loose, rebounded by Evie Coles. Coles gets this one to DeIzo. As it will be poked out of bounds by the Bulldogs, they'll stay with Manhattanville. Caballero looking to maybe try to get down low to McGuire. Now over to DeIzo. DeIzo drives. She pulls up for 2. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs and Morgan McCullion. Quickly pushed up court by the Bulldogs to McCullion. McCullion looks to drive. Her shot attempt off the back of the rim, no good. And a jump ball and possession arrow will point in favor of Manhattanville. Even though on the scorer's table it says DeSales ball, but should be Manhattanville ball on my count. Actually, it is DeSales ball, excuse me. Up top to Kelly, down low McCullion. McCullion spins and turns, and that one unable to go. So Morgan McCullion still unable to get on the scoreboard yet tonight. Nearly taken away. Evie Coles just able to collect that pass. Up top to McGuire, now over to DeIzo. DeIzo looks to drive, and jump ball will be called, and it will stay with Manhattanville. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock, 2:07 in the game clock, as Decker will check back into the game for Caballero. Here's Coles with it. Coles now to DeIzo, 10 seconds on the shot clock. DeIzo, she'll spot up for 2, in and out, no good, rebounded by McGuire. McGuire will try to put this one up, blocked, she'll kick it back out, Coles. Coles for 3, that's good! Huge 3-pointer by Manhattanville as it's a double-digit lead for the Valiants. Coles with only her 5th 3-pointer of the season. Down low, poked away and stolen by Manhattanville. Great job there by Darnell to pry that one loose. Coles will try to take this one coast to coast. And she'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line.
DeSales foul for 13, Caitlin Kelly, her second. Team's fourth.
Kelly calling on the foul. That's her second, team fourth. Next foul will put the Valiants in the bonus. First free throw attempt coming up for Evie Coles. And Coles will get that one to go for her 7th point of the contest. Coles, DeIzo, McGuire led the offense in their win over Hunter. They're leading it again tonight. As that one's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by McCullion. 1:25 to go here in the first half. An 11-point lead for Manhattanville. Cross-court pass, and this one out of bounds, and Kate Velakis is pumped up on the sideline.
And she should be. The Valiants doing an excellent job here defensively tonight, causing 11 DeSales turnovers here in the first half. Just 16 points for the Bulldogs, and we're over 19 minutes here into the game.
Corner three on the way from Kelsey Decker. That's good! Valiants are feeling it tonight from beyond the arc, as they're now 3 for 5 as this one's turned over back to Manhattanville. 52 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Head coach Kate Velakis trying to get her team to make sure they're still calm. Here's McGuire. She'll drive into the post. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound. Ball on the ground, and a whistle, and traveling will be called as McGuire went to the ground. That three-pointer by Kelsey Decker. The only other scorer is Decker. DeIzo with 9, McGuire with 11, and Coles with 7. As those three are once again leading the Valiant offense. As this one's thrown out of bounds, Manhattanville ball they can hold for the final shot of the quarter.
Bulldogs are just all out of sorts right now. Nothing is going right offensively. And DeSales, if Manhattanville holds for the final shot here, will be held scoreless for the second quarter, something that is unheard of with this Bulldog team.
Darnell with it, up top to Decker. Decker, ball fakes. Drives this one to Caballero. Caballero now to DeIzo. DeIzo picks up her dribble. Gets it to Darnell. Darnell with it, trying to get this one over to Sarah Kelly. Kelly's got to try to put this one up. She will be unable to. As shot will be waved off, but that will do it for the first half. A huge second quarter by Manhattanville as they outscore the Bulldogs 17-0 in the quarter, as they'll take a 30-16 lead into the locker room. So we'll take a quick break here on GoValiants.tv. Stay tuned for the second half of action as Manhattanville looks for their first win over the Bulldogs since 2012. And we welcome you back here to GoViants.tv's broadcast of Manhattanville College women's basketball. First half in the books. It's Manhattanville with a 30-16 lead over the Bulldogs. Tyson Egler along with Casey Sherman coming to you live from Kennedy Gymnasium for this big MAC Freedom contest between the Valiants and the Bulldogs. As we take a look at the first half stats. First for the Bulldogs, they went 7 of 32 from the field for 22%. 2 of 13 from behind the arc for 15%. They've yet to take a free throw here today. Leading scorers so far, Caitlin Kelly and Morgan Brimlin, each with 5 points. Molly Jansko has 4 and 2 for Nicole Umbenauer. Leading rebounder so far is Molly Jansko with 5 assists. Nikki Callahan has 2 to lead the way. And 2 steals for Bridget Walsh, Morgan Brimlin, and Nicole Umbenauer, and blocks from Morgan McCullion, Nikki Callahan, and Molly Jansko. The Bulldogs gathering 18 rebounds in the contest. They had 4 assists, 13 turnovers, 3 blocks, and 9 steals. For Manhattanville, the Valiants shooting 9 of 28 from the field for 32%, 3 of 5 from three-point land for 60%, 9 of 14 from the free throw line for 64%. The Valiants are led by Kaylee McGuire, who has a game-high 11 points. Brittany Diazo has 9, 7 for Evie Coles, and 3 for Kelsey Decker. Leading rebounder so far is Nancy Caballero with 7, 6 for Jasmine Price, 5 for Joetta Darnell. 2 assists apiece for Kaylee McGuire and Brittany Diazo, a block for Joetta Darnell and Nancy Caballero, and 3 steals for Joetta Darnell, 2 for Kaylee McGuire. The Valiants, 28 rebounds in the first half, 6 assists, 13 turnovers, 3 blocks, and 7 steals. Points in the paint, DeSales and Manhattanville tied 8-8. Valiants turning 13 DeSales turnovers into 14 points, while the Bulldogs have turned 13 Manhattanville turnovers into 6 points. Valiants with 8 points on second chance. Bulldogs with 4 fast break points for the Bulldogs, 2 for Manhattanville. The bench, DeSales with 9 points off the bench, Manhattanville with 3. And the big story of that first half, DeSales led 16-13 at the end of the first quarter. Manhattanville shut them out in the second quarter, 17-0 Valiants, and a rare deficit for DeSales heading into halftime. This is only the 3rd time all season that the Bulldogs have not led going into the locker room, and in those 3 contests, they lost all 3 of them. So Casey, just a phenomenal second quarter by Manhattanville as the defense was really clicking. It seemed like anything and everything that could go wrong for the Bulldogs did in that second quarter as they were held scoreless.
Yeah, in that second quarter, just 5 turnovers for DeSales. It seemed like a lot more. Watching the pace of play, a couple of them came in a bunch there towards the end of the quarter. But 0 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from beyond the arc in the quarter. The Manhattanville defense is really stepping up. And whatever Kate Velazquez drew up in practice this week has been working so far. Just 16 points for this high-powered offense. And that's going to be a huge key if Manhattanville wants to come away with a huge win tonight.
Coming into the game, the Bulldogs averaged 67 points a contest, well below that. And Morgan McCullion, 16 points per game, the reigning Conference Player of the Week, along with named to the D3 Hoops Player or Team of the Week after averaging over 24 points and 10 rebounds in a 2-0 victory. So far scoreless here today, 0 for 4 from the field. She did only play 9 minutes, so look for head coach Fred Richter to lean heavily on his senior center.
Yeah, we'll see if the Valiants are able to keep doing a good job on her in the second half. That zone had really worked early on and throughout the first half pretty much, as they were able to double team her pretty much every time she got the ball, and every shot was contested. And not only 0 for 4 for her, 0 for 6 as well for Leandra Sterner. So the top 2 scorers for the Bulldogs held without a field goal there in the first half. And you got to imagine that's going to be something that Kate Velazquez was very happy about. She said coming into the game, if they can stop those 2, they have a chance. And so far they have done more than just stop them.
And kind of an interesting note, Valiants came out of the locker room very early, and they finished up warm-ups early as well, as they've been in the huddle for about the past 2.5 minutes. As head coach Kate Velazquez, I'm sure, making sure her team is not getting too comfortable, making sure that they are still ready to go here and keeping their foot on the gas pedal and try to finish this game with a big victory against the Bulldogs.
And Tyson, we kind of joked about it before the game, but looking at the stats from this year, DeSales has not won when trailing at halftime. So we kind of said, a big key for this game would be if Manhattanville can come away on top at the half, they're going to be having a chance to come away with the win. And we never would have expected them to be up by 14 at the halftime break, but here we are in the second half. We'll see if they're able to keep it up here.
The Valiant crowd, of course, in this one. Manhattanville looking for their first win against DeSales since 2012. Bulldogs will start out with the ball. We'll see what head coach Fred Richter has drawn up to try to get the Bulldogs back into this. Down low to McCullion, and McCullion gets her first basket of the day. She got in position on Darnell, was able to put that one up and over the junior forward. As this one's poked away from behind by Callahan, so a quick turnover by the Valiants, and the Bulldogs are coming out and they're moving the ball here and looking to get things going. Here's Umbenauer with it. Umbenauer has that ball stripped away from her. DeIsel with it. She's able to keep it away from the Bulldogs, and here come Manhattanville. Over to McGuire. McGuire lays this one up and in. Quickly pushed up the court by the Bulldogs, looking to respond, trying to get this one down low to McCullion. And they're going to say that it will stay with the Bulldogs. And now they're going to change the call, and they'll actually go with Manhattanville.
Yeah, it looked like that pass went right off the shoulder of McCullion and out of play. The official down on the end line was looking for some help from the referee here by the broadcast booth. She initially said it would stay with DeSales, but a conference, and they got that call right, I believe.
DeIsel trapped in the corner, and now we're going to get a foul called against DeSales, to the dismay of Fred Richter and the DeSales benches. The Bulldogs are with a full court press to try to get some more turnovers, as Callahan will be called for her first foul. Man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. They start off in the 2-3 zone. They now move to the man, as this one's nearly taken away by Callahan. Bulldogs not afraid to jump in front of these passes, as they've had quite a few tip balls here tonight. As DeIsel looks to drive, she jump stops, trying to pass this one down low. Darnell turned over as McCullion will grab the steal. Bulldogs looking to push this one up the court. Up court, this shot attempt is off the mark, but we're going to get a whistle and foul called against Nancy Caballero before the shot. Caballero called for her second foul. First of the quarter for Caballero. Try and pass this one down low, poked out of bounds by Manhattanville. Callahan once again passes this one and gets it to Umbenauer. Umbenauer back to Callahan. Corner shot on the way from Callahan, and that's nothing but net, as that's good. DeIsel will have it. She'll dribble this one up the court, and it's poked out of bounds by DeSales, so it'll stay with Manhattanville. Senior Brittany DeIsel with it. Gets it to Kaylee McGuire. Now to Caballero. Now over to Darnell. Trying to get this one down low to McGuire. McGuire just able to keep this one in bounds, but turns it over. Quickly pushed up court. Here's Bermlin, and Bermlin will lay this one up and in as she shows off the speed, and DeIsel goes crashing into the wall. But back with it is Manhattanville's McGuire will respond, and she'll lay it up and in. So two quick baskets by each squad. McCullion will have it. She's double teamed, kicked out to the corner. Corner three on the way, and that's good for the Bulldogs, as Bermlin's able to nail that one. And a timeout taken by head coach Kate Velakis. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep their Bulldogs finally able to get things going here. Sterner now on the scorers column, if she's able to get her first basket with that three-pointer. Giants now only lead 34-25 here Not even 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone here in the third quarter of play, so the Bulldogs getting their offense back going as they look to stay on pace with FDU on top of the MAC Freedom Conference, both of them 7-1. FDU at Wilkes tonight as they take on a winless Lady Colonel team. Here's Darnell with it. She'll hand this one off to Evie Coles as the Viants able to break the press. Coles looking to push this one up the court, and she's going to draw the foul against the Bulldogs. And that'll be the second foul of the quarter.
Sales foul for 23, Leandra Sterner, her first.
As I'll go against Sterner, her first. Here's Coles with it. Sarah Kelly into the game for Brittany Diazo. Coles drives, Coles scoop shot up and in. Coles now with 9 points here today. Over to Brimlin in the corner. Brimlin drives this floater up and gets a few bounces, but off the mark, no good. Out of bounds, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. Callahan to pass this one in. Gets up top, Umbedauer, her shot attempt off the back of the rim, no good. Ball loose, ripped away by Darnell at the last second, but they will say that McCulling did have a hand on it, so it will be a jump ball, but the Viants will take over on possession arrow. There's a few subs coming into the game. It will be Walsh checking in along with Jansko. Coles has that one taken away from her as Sterner is able to collect the theft. Brimlin drives, kicks this one out. Callahan will have it up top. Gets over to Sterner in the corner. Sterner for three. That's good again for Leandra Sterner as she's able to convert on her second consecutive three-point opportunity. Here's Sarah Kelly with it. Kelly quickly dribbles this one into the front court. Now she'll get it to Evie Coles. 36-28 Manhattanville. Bulldogs trying to come back after trailing by 14. Down low to Caballero. Caballero's shot attempt is blocked. She saves that one, but gives it right to Bridget Walsh. Callahan gets this one to Sterner. Two-pointer on the way, and that one's also good as Leandra Sterner finally able to get going here as she has 8 points here alone in the quarter as head coach Kate Velakis is forced to take a timeout. And we'll take one with them. 6:17 to go here in the third. Manhattanville leading 36-30. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter of play. Manhattanville has seen their 14-point lead cut all the way down to 6 as the Bulldogs have finally gotten things going on the offensive side, especially Leandra Sterner. 8 points, including 2 huge three-pointers in the corner. As the Viants looking for a big victory against the Bulldogs. Here's Diazo with it. Diazo gets it over to Coles. Viants have to hurry up and get this in the front court, and they do. Darnell will have it. Darnell will kick it back up top. Diazo now to Coles. Coles will restart the offense at 15 seconds on the shot clock. Diazo with it, picks up a dribble to Kelly. Now to Coles. Coles with it, looking to drive baseline. Coles over to Kelly. Kelly pump fakes, drives. Her shot up. Missed everything on that one. Darnell able to collect the ball, and they're going to say, I believe that Darnell was out of play when she went to try to toss that one in. And actually will be Manhattanville ball. The official blowing the play dead because the shot clock did reset, even though The ball did not hit the rim, so fortunate break there for Manhattanville, as it looked like it would have been DeSales' ball. Only 1 second on the shot clock, though, so the Valiants are going to have to basically try to throw this one up as soon as they catch it. And DeIzo fadeaway shot. She missed everything, so shot clock violation against Manhattanville. Bulldogs will have it back, chipping away at this Manhattanville lead. Here's Walsh with it up top. Walsh looking to maybe try to get it down low, but her pass is off the mark, turned over, trying to get it to Jansko. DeIzo to pass this one in. Looking, now she gets it to Sarah Kelly. Kelly now with it. She's able to get this one in the front court. She's going to try to take it all the way, gets it to Kaylee McGuire, who lays it up and in and draws the foul.
Kennedy McGuire from Sarah Kelly. DeSales foul number 20.
Kaylee McGuire following up her 20-point performance with 17 here tonight.
One shot.
Free throw attempt from McGuire off the front of the rim, no good. 17 points for the sophomore. Already still a quarter and a half to go as Sterner's going to have a wide open layup, as a little bit of miscommunication there by the Valiants.
Yeah, just a nice crossover by Sterner there at the three-point line. Really left McGuire there right on her heels and a wide open layup.
DeIzo with it. Up top to Darnell. Darnell down low to McGuire. McGuire gets this one back. Darnell. Darnell's shot from the free throw line off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Bermlin. Bermlin now with it. She'll look to drive. Taken away by DeIzo. Here comes Brittany DeIzo. Callahan trying to hustle back, and a hard foul there on Brittany DeIzo, as Callahan swiped at the ball and she caught Brittany DeIzo looking to try to go in for the layup. DeIzo, a tough player, back on her feet, ready to go. Callahan with her second foul. As this will put the senior guard to the free throw line. The official, of course, checking on DeIzo, and she said she is good to go. So 2 free throws coming up for the senior. First attempt from DeIzo, off the mark, no good. Callahan to the bench as Miller will check back into the game. Second attempt coming up here for Brittany DeIzo. And DeIzo will get that one to go. 10 points on the night for Brittany DeIzo. Brimlin with it, guarded by Sarah Kelly. Back to Brimlin. Brimlin looks drive, kicks it out. Corner three on the way. That one's off the mark, no good. Loose ball, and it will be gathered in by the Bulldogs. Jansko, fresh shot clock, or excuse me, did not hit the rim. So 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bulldogs having to hurry. Down low to Walsh. Walsh lays this one up and in. She's wide open on that pick and roll. Walsh with her first basket of the day. Coles with it. Coles trying to pass this one in. Gets it to DeIzo. Ball's still loose, and it'll be picked up by the Bulldogs. As now we'll have a stoppage of play as DeIzo and Sterner both gain into it after the play. So the officials are going to gather and talk about this one. We'll see what they call here, as this has been a pretty physical game and intense game, as both teams know how important this game is in the conference tournament, excuse me. So, an essential quick timeout for each squad, as both coaches can talk to their teams. So now we'll get the official call.
I believe believe they said they're going to call the foul on Sterner away from the ball, but it looks like, I'm not sure, he pointed in the direction of DeSales. I'm not sure if he was indicating that DeSales will keep possession, but he did signal 2-3 to the scorers table, so I believe Sterner's going to be charged with the foul. We'll see who has possession here in just a second.
And it's going to be a flagrant called against Sterner. So that's a huge foul against the guard.
That is her second personal foul.
As that's her second foul, so Brittany Diazo will go the free throw line. As I mentioned, a huge foul against Sterner. She has 10 points in this quarter alone. And it looks like head coach Fred Richter is going to try to let Sterner cool down on the sidelines after picking up that flagrant. Diazo's free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Giants need to capitalize from the free throw line. It's been an emphasis for Kate Velakis this year. And she'll go 1 of 2 from the line. 11 points for the senior Brittany Diazo. And it will be Manhattanville ball. So this could be a huge turning point in the game as the Bulldogs had the ball looking to go on the fast break. Instead, a flagrant foul away from the ball against Sterner. Manhattanville looking to make DeSales pay for the costly mental mistake. On top to McGuire. McGuire to Diazo. Diazo looks to drive, pulls up for 2. Off the mark, no good. Darnell trying to grab that rebound, but unable to, as the Bulldogs will come down with it. Jansko with the board. Brimlin will dribble this one up top. Looking to drive. She'll pull up. Long 2-pointer on the way. That's good for Morgan Brimlin. 7 points for the guard, right at her average. As she's going to be called upon here late with Sterner on the bench. Coles to Diazo. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Looking to go down low to McGuire. Turned over. And a whistle and foul called against Kaylee McGuire as Jansko tripped up over the sophomore. Only McGuire's second foul. As McGuire, Caballero each with 2 fouls. 2 fouls for Brimlin, Sterner, and Kelly. .310 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 40-36 lead as the Bulldogs have come storming back here in this contest. Brimlin will bring the ball up the court for DeSales. Guarded by Sarah Kelly. Brimlin looking to try to drive. Kelly right in front of her. 3-pointer on the way, and that one's good for Caitlin Kelly. Now down to just a 1-point lead for Manhattanville as Kelly is able to hit a huge 3-pointer. Bulldogs have been feeling it from beyond the arc here in this second half. Coles looking to respond. Her layup attempt high off the glass and in. Huge shot there by Evie Coles. Pushes the lead back up to 3. Brimlin makes the call. Gets it to Kelly. Back to Brimlin. Brimlin thought about 3. Now she'll look to drive. She'll pull up. Shot no good, but a whistle and foul called against Manhattanville Sarah Kelly. Kelly with her first foul, team third. So this will send Morgan Brimlin to the free throw line. Brimlin, a 71% free throw shooter from the line. First attempt. Nothing but net on that one. Second attempt coming for Brimlin, looking to make it a 1-point game here again. And that one in and out, no good. Rebounded by Kaylee McGuire. 2-point lead for Manhattanville, 42-40. And a whistle and an illegal screen called against Jasmine Price.
Offensive foul,
another turnover against Manhattanville. And now Caballero will check into the game for Price. So Bulldogs can tie it or take the lead here in this possession. Morgan Brimlin gets the call from the sidelines. Passes it to Kelly. Kelly with it, looking down low to Walsh. Walsh kicks it out. Brimlin, she'll now drive, kicks this one back out. Caitlin Kelly with it. Kelly back to Brimlin. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Kelly. Kelly using the Jansko screen. Step back three on the way. And that one in and out, no good. Ball loose. And we're going to get a jump ball, so possession arrow will stay with the Bulldogs. Passed up top. Pull up two from Miller, and that one off the mark, no good. Ball poked up in the air, rebounded by the Bulldogs, and Brimlin will dribble this one back out and restart the offense. Brimlin looking to drive. Guarded by Diazo. She's finally able to get around her. Her shot attempt off the mark, no good. Poked away by McGuire, but they're going to call a foul against the sophomore, Kaylee McGuire. And that'll be the fifth foul against Manhattanville. So it'll be double bonus for the Bulldogs. DeSales also with 5 fouls, so Manhattanville will be in the double bonus as well for the rest of the third quarter. McGuire with her third foul, and that could be costly as McGuire, the leading offensive player tonight, with 17 points, as Walsh is able to get the first one to go. And McGuire will take a quick break as Darnell will check back in. Walsh now 4 of 5 from the free throw line this season, looking to make it 5 of 6 and tie the game. And she'll get that one to go, and it's 42-42 all. Manhattanville led by 14 at halftime, but the Bulldogs have come storming back as another turnover. Walsh will put this one up off the back of the rim, no good. She'll get her own offensive rebound. Darnell able to grab the ball, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Manhattanville. So nearly a costly turnover for the Valiants, as this full court press has given Manhattanville fits here in the third quarter. Diazo bombs this one down court. Here's Joretta Darnell. Darnell able to keep it in play, but Cole's unable to handle the pass. As Diazo, with the right mindset, had 2 Valiants open just off the fingertips of Darnell, who looked like a receiver streaking down the field. As now we'll get another whistle and foul called against Sarah Kelly, as Brimlin will go back to the free throw line, and she can give the Bulldogs the lead with these free throws.
At the line for DeSales, Morgan Brimlin, 2 shots.
First one off the mark, no good. Second one coming up for Brimlin, and that one also no good. 1 minute to go here in the third, 42 all. Diazo with it, kicks it over to Kelly. Kelly to Darnell, down low to Caballero. Caballero spins, her shot attempt up, no good, but she'll go the free throw line for 2. Walsh with her second foul. Looks like Morgan McCulling will set to check back in the game. First attempt from Caballero is good. McCullings, who's only played about 3 minutes here in this third quarter. A total of 12 minutes so far tonight, as that one's in and out, no good. 1 point lead for Manhattanville. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Up top to Jansko. Jansko gets this one over to Miller. Now to Brimlin. Brimlin over to Kelly. Kelly to Jansko. As this one's now cross-court pass over the quarter, Brimlin. Brimlin having control problems with the ball. She'll get a shot up. That one off the mark, no good. Darnell goes to the ground, and a whistle and a foul going to be called against the Bulldogs. Jansko caught on the foul. That's her second. So we'll walk the length of the court as Joetta Darnell will take the free throws. Darnell, a 45% free throw shooter. First one off the mark, no good for the junior. Jasmine Price checks into the game for Sarah Kelly. Now an also off back rim, no good. Rebounded by McCulley. And DeSales can hold for the final shot here of the quarter. And they can have the lead for the first time since it was 16-15 Bulldogs early in the second quarter. Under 10 to go. In the corner, Jansko. Jansko cross-court pass. Kelly for three. Off the rim, no good. Ball loose. And it will go out of bounds and go to Manhattanville with 2 ticks on the clock. Gets it to DeIzo. DeIzo with it. She'll try to chuck this one, but it will be partially blocked. And that will do it for the third quarter of play. DeSales has come storming back here in this game. As the Bulldogs outscore the Valiants 26-13 in the third quarter. So we'll head to our final break here with Manhattanville leading 43-42. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter of action here between Manhattanville and DeSales only on GoValiants.tv. Fourth quarter of action here on GoValiants.tv. It's Manhattanville with a 43-42 lead. Taking a look at the stats through 3 quarters of play. Main scorers so far for DeSales is Sterner with 10, Brimlin and Kelly each with 8. Manhattanville led by Kaylee McGuire with a game-high 17. DeIzo and Coles each with 11. 1 point lead for Manhattanville. DeSales will start with the ball. They'll get down low to McCulley. McCulley turns her shot, partially blocked by Nancy Caballero. Caballero unable to keep that one in play as it will go back to the Bulldogs and a fresh shot clock. Morgan McCulley only 2 points here tonight, averaging 16 per contest. And as we mentioned, a fantastic week for the senior. Conference Player of the Week. And she was also named to D3Hoops.com Team of the Week after averaging over 24 points and 10 rebounds. And a 2-0 week for the Bulldogs. This one's sent in, but taken away as Brittany DeIzo comes away with that. Trying to get this one up court to Coles, but taken back as Caitlin Kelly will have it. Kelly with it. She'll look to go up, and she'll get an and one as DeSales has a lead, and a huge foul called against Kaylee McGuire. That will be McGuire's fourth, and head coach Kate Falak is basically seeing the worst of a worst situation as DeSales is now back on top, and worst of all, McGuire now with 4 fouls, so she'll be forced to head to the bench for a large portion here of this quarter. That one in and out, no good. Offensive rebound by McCulley, and she'll kick it out to Miller. Bulldogs looking to take advantage of their second chance opportunity. Valiants in a 2-3 zone. This one tipped away but kept possession by Miller. Sterner to McCulley. McCulley shot attempt off the mark, no good. Gets her own rebound. This shot up, no good. And a late whistle, but a foul going to be called against Manhattanville. as this will send Morgan McCullion to the free throw line.
Manhattanville foul number 33, Jasmine Price, her second.
Price
Team
called for the
second.
foul. That's her second,
Morgan
team
Price,
second of the
2.
quarter. This will send the sure free throw shooter Morgan McCullion 72% as she's able to get the first one to go for her third point of the contest. Second attempt coming up for the senior. The Pennsylvania native looking to give the Bulldogs a 3-point lead, and she will. Bulldogs on top for the first time since early in the second quarter. Diazo brings this one to the front court. Gets it to Evie Coles. Manhattanville has to try to get something going on the offensive end as they've gone cold. Down low to Caballero. Caballero's shot attempt off the mark, no good. Rebounded by McCullion. Sterner with it. Gets it to Kelly. Back to Sterner. Down low. Back up top to Leandra Sterner. Up to Jansko. Three-pointer on the way from the Bulldogs, and that's good from DeSales. A huge three-pointer as it's now a 6-point lead for DeSales, their largest of the contest. As Miller is able to dial it up from three-point land. Giants looking for their first win against DeSales since 2012. Caballero to Darnell. Now to Diazo. Diazo looks to drive. She'll pull up for two. That one off the mark, no good. Jansko there to affect that shot. Gets it to Callahan. Callahan up top. Now to Sterner. Sterner to Kelly. Kelly to McCullion. Now over to Jansko. Jansko looking to try to drive on Darnell. Darnell, good job holding her position. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Now in the corner. Over to Kelly. Back with it are the Bulldogs. Here's a three-pointer on the way, and that one off the rim, no good. Darnell able to chase down the rebound, and Manhattanville will have it. Looking to try to cut into this DeSales deficit. Here's Evie Coles with it. 2:30 gone here. Down low to Caballero. Caballero looking, now gets it to Evie Coles. Now to Darnell. Darnell down low to Caballero. Caballero back to Darnell. Darnell unable to handle that pass. Now Diazo. Diazo. Price for two. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sterner. Here's Callahan with it. Callahan in the corner. Three on the way. That's good for the Bulldogs. As Caitlin Kelly Katie Miller able to dial it up from three, and head coach Kate Velakis is not happy on the sidelines. As she takes timeout, 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs feeling it here in the fourth quarter as they're up 52-43, a 10-0 run for DeSales to start off this fourth quarter of play. Giants' last basket came with 2:45 to go in the third quarter when Evie Coles was able to get a layup, but it's been all Bulldogs since then, as they've gone on a 13-1 run in the last 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Diazo with it, and she's going to be pushed by Callahan, so that'll be the foul called against the Bulldogs. Callahan's third.
Team's first in the fourth quarter.
Diazo looking, gets this one to Sarah Kelly. Now back to Brittany Diazo. 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Over to Sarah Kelly. Kelly gets in the front court to Jasmine Price. Price up top to Diazo. Diazo will start the offense. McGuire set to check in on the next dead ball. And you gotta believe the Bulldogs are gonna be hammering it down low, trying to get that that fifth foul called against McGuire. As Diazo drives, gets it Darnell. Darnell with it. Darnell trying to put this one up, and she'll draw the foul against Morgan McCullion, and that will send the junior to the free throw line. Morgan McCullion with only her second foul of the game, second of the quarter. So this will send the junior, Joetta Darnell, to the free throw line. And that one off the mark, no good. McGuire into the game for Price. Kaylee McGuire a game-high 17 points, following up her 20-point performance on Monday. As Darnell is able to get that one to go and cuts the deficit down to 8. Giants back in their 2-3 zone. McCulling asking for it down low. They'll go cross-court pass, though. Back up top to Callahan. Over to Miller. Miller looks to drive, pulls up for 2, and that one's good. Katie Miller starting to feel it now as she has 8 points, well above her season average of 3 per contest. Over to Sarah Kelly. Kelly to Caballero. Long 2-pointer on the way from Caballero is blocked by the Bulldogs. Largest lead of the game for DeSales. They're up by 10. Diazo to pass this one in. 11 ticks gone on the shot clock. Manhattanville looking to try to get some kind of offense going. Kaylee McGuire with it. McGuire looking to drive. Tries to put this one up, no good, but she will draw the foul, and this will send Kaylee McGuire back to the free throw line. As that'll be McCulling picking up the foul. That's her third, team third. And actually, no, they're going to call the foul against Umbenauer. Looked like McCulling's one that took the bulk of that contact. But Umbenauer was there also to influence that shot as well. First free throw attempt from McGuire is no good. So we'll try and make it a 1 of 2 from the charity stripe and get it back down to a single-digit lead for the Bulldogs. That one off the front of the rim, no good. So McGuire 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Under 6 to go here. Valiants trail by 10. In the corner. Up top. 3-pointer on the way from Kelly, and that's good for Caitlin Kelly as the Bulldogs are drilling it from 3-point land. Kelly, 13 points to lead DeSales. Down low to Caballero. Caballero shot attempt up, no good, but she's able to draw the foul. She'll now go to the free throw line, and this is where Manhattanville has to take advantage of going to the charity stripes with the clock stopped. First attempt from Caballero off the front of the rim, no good. Kelsey Decker set to check back in after the next dead ball. Trying to get a shooter on the court for Manhattanville, and Kelsey Decker. As that one's off the back of the rim, no good. Ball loose, and it will be corralled by the Bulldogs. A 13-point lead for DeSales as they have rallied here in this second half. Over to Kelly. Kelly thought about 3 ops against it. Gets it down low to McCulling. McCulling spins. Her shot attempt off the mark. No good. And Brittany Diazo will gather the rebound. McCulling just unable to get anything to go here tonight as McGuire will use the glass and get this one in. McGuire now a game-high 19 points. A point away from tying her career high. Miller gets it to Kelly. Now up top, looking to go down low McCulling. McCulling lays it up, no good. Rebounded by Manhattanville. Down low to McGuire. McGuire pump fakes her shot up, and that's good. Valiant's a healthy dose to Kaylee McGuire. She has a new career high. And a timeout taken by head coach Fred Richter as Manhattanville's climbed back in this game. Full timeout. We'll take one with them. 4:25 to go here in the contest. Manhattanville trails 57-48. Valiants trying to climb back in this game. Down by as much as 13, but 2 consecutive baskets by Kaylee McGuire And a new career high for the sophomore. She set her career high mark earlier this week in the win over Hunter by scoring 20 points, 21 here tonight. And considering the size differential between Kaylee McGuire and the DeSales big, a lot of credit for the sophomore, as she's been the catalyst for this Manhattanville offense all season. And again, McGuire, though, a costly 4 fouls called against her, so she still has to be careful. And Manhattanville shown that that's going to be who's going to try to win this game. They're going to go down low. Runner by Walsh, and she's able to get that one to go as DeSales brings Walsh into the game, as McCullion just unable to really get anything going here tonight. Just 4 points, only 1 successful field goal attempt. Give a lot of credit to Manhattanville's defense. Decker dials this one up for 3, off the rim, no good. And it'll be rebounded by the Bulldogs as Callahan's able to grab it. Back up to a double-digit lead for DeSales. Kelly for 3 again. That's good for Caitlin Kelly. She is feeling it from beyond the arc. 16 points for Kelly, the junior guard, as Kelly and Miller have been killing Manhattanville from beyond the arc here tonight. DeIso drives, her runner off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. DeSales with it. They lead with 3:20 to go. Callahan has it, hands this one off to Kelly. Now to Walsh. Walsh looking to try to go down low. Guarded well, though, by McGuire. Now up top to Miller. Miller, she'll look to drive on Coles. She has the angle. Her shot attempt up and no good, but a foul going to be called against Evie Coles, and that will send the Bulldogs back to the free throw line.
Team's third. At the line for DeSales, Katie Miller, 2 shots.
This will send Miller to the free throw line, a 53% free throw shooter on the year. First attempt, nothing but net for Miller. 63-48. As Brimlin will check back into the game. Second attempt, off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Price. Price gets it to DeIso. 63-48, Manhattanville trails. Trying to rally here in this contest. Late, as this one's passed out of bounds. Turnover by the Viants. As Brimlin will bring the ball up court. Hands this one off to Kelly. Kelly trying to use a few screens. Good job by Decker to get over him. Over to Miller. Miller now with it. Guarded by Coles. Looking to use a screen. Good job there by McGuire. She'll come out on that one. Long rebound, and Miller able to chase it down, and a fresh shot clock for the Bulldogs. They can milk some more clock here with the 63-48 lead. And a timeout going to be taken by head coach Fred Richter. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 2:22 to go here in the fourth. Bulldogs lead 63-48. Largest lead of the game for either squad. As Manhattanville trying to keep their conference tournament hopes alive, and a win against DeSales would be a huge confidence booster going into their road game at Wilkes. And then they'll be back home next Wednesday night. And Delaware Valley comes to town, then on the road the following Saturday at Eastern for their final road contest of the regular season before hosting FDU and Misericordia here at Kennedy Gymnasium to wrap up the 2017 regular season. As this shot attempt is off the mark, no good, and we're going to get a whistle and foul called against Nancy Caballero, as this will send Morgan McCullion back to the free throw line, where she is 2 for 2 today.
Team's fourth. Morgan McCullion on the line, 2 shots.
The senior from Pennsylvania able to get the first one to go for her 5th point of the contest. Second attempt coming up here for McCullion. Looking to make it a 17-point lead, and she will. Perfect from the free throw line. Nothing but net on those shots. 65-48 Valiant's trail. Over to Decker. Decker looks to drive. Over to Caballero, now to DeIzo. DeIzo to McGuire. McGuire dribbles, drives. Her scoop shot up and off the mark, no good. Ball tipped around and will be hauled in by the Bulldogs, Katie Miller. Giants need a defensive stop here, and they have to get things going quickly on the offense. Going down low, McCullion. McCullion gets that one up and in for only her second basket of the night, but 8 points for Morgan McCullion, as she was able to get position on Nancy Caballero for the layup. Decker pulls up for three. That one's off the back of the rim and backboard. No good. Rebounded by McCullion. Under a minute 30 to go here in the fourth. It looks like the Bulldogs are going to defeat Manhattanville, and they're going to win their 5th consecutive game and their 11th straight over Manhattanville. Brimlin pass this one in the corner. Now up top to Kelly. Kelly looking to go down low. McCullion taken away by Manhattanville as Caballero deflected away, and Coles had that one, and here's a whistle, and an offensive foul going to be called against Brittany DeIzo. Looked like DeIzo was able to successfully Euro-step around the defender, but the officials seen just enough contact on that one to influence the call. Under a minute to go here in the game. 67-48 DeSales. Down low to Brimlin, poked away by Caballero. And possession will stay with the Bulldogs. Up top to McCullion. McCullion shot from the elbow off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Caballero. DeIzo will bring this one up the court. Here's Kaylee McGuire. McGuire, her shot attempt off the glass and in. 23 points for Kaylee McGuire, a new career high for the sophomore. As quick stoppage in play as they'll add another second. And now a timeout going to be taken by Fred Richter. 67-50, the lead for DeSales. So definitely going to be a tough pill to swallow here for Manhattanville, as they had a 14-point lead going into the locker room and all the momentum on their side after the second quarter, shutting out the Bulldogs 17-0. But give credit to Fred Richter and the Bulldogs. They went to a full court press, and that just disrupted this Manhattanville offense, and it wasn't the usuals for the Bulldogs doing it on the offensive end. Their role players coming up having big games, as Kelly 16 points and Miller with 9 points, both off the bench, as they're able to step up, as McCullion was held well below our average of 8. Sterner was able to get 10, and Brimlin with 8 as the three leading scorers for the Bulldogs. They'll go down low. McCullion's shot attempt up and lays it in, as she'll hit double figures with her 10th point of the game. We got to give credit to this Manhattanville team. They did not budge against the Bulldogs, as the valiant defense kept them in the game for the most part, as that will do it here, as Manhattanville will fall to DeSales 69-50. Bulldogs with their 6th consecutive victory, 11th straight over Manhattanville. They improved to 16-4 overall, 8-1 in MAC Freedom action, while Manhattanville drops to 7-13 overall, 2-7 in MAC Freedom action. So a tough loss for the Valiants. Manhattanville was able to come out with a big halftime lead, leading by 14, but just DeSales was too much, and they were able to make the adjustments and come away with the 19-point victory. As we take a look at the final stats, DeSales ends up shooting 39% from the field, Manhattanville at 35%. Bulldogs 9 of 25 from three-point land for 36%. Manhattanville 3 of 7, but Dogs go 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Manhattanville just 13 of 29 from the free throw line. Bulldogs a slim edge in the rebound margin, only 42-41. And turnovers, 25 turnovers by the Valiants, 19 by DeSales. Leading the way for the Bulldogs was Caitlin Kelly with 16 points. Morgan McCullion, 10 points, 8 rebounds. And Leander Sterner had 10 points, and Morgan Brimlin with 8. For Manhattanville, Kaylee McGuire with another career high in her second consecutive game. She has 23 points, 11 points for Evie Coles, 11 for Brittany Diazo. Leading rebounder was Nancy Caballero with 8. So that'll do it for GoValiants.tv's first game of Manhattanville and DeSales as the Valiants fall by 19. Stay tuned for game number 2 as the men's team takes on DeSales. Casey Shermick will have coverage of that game as the Manhattanville men's team looks to keep their conference tournament playoff hopes alive in a big matchup against the Bulldogs. Casey Shermick, this is Tyson Nagler signing out for GoValiants.tv. Make sure you check out the recap and stats on GoValiants.com for tonight's game. We thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast of Manhattanville College women's basketball as the Valiants fall to DeSales 69-50. Stay tuned for game number 2 as the Valiants take on DeSales in men's basketball action.